For more on this, Nader Hashemi joins us now from Toronto. He's the director of the Centre for Middle East Studies at the Joseph Corbell School of International Studies at the University of Denver. Really good to have you with us, Professor. Firstly, what are your thoughts about news that Iran has responded to the latest draft proposal? How close do you think are we to a revival of the Iran nuclear deal?
I think we're a lot closer than we were before the previous round of negotiations last week in Vienna, but there's still a substantial way to go. I just read a credible report in Politico that suggests that Iran still has some reservations regarding sanctions relief and economic engagement. So there's not full agreement. There's also this outstanding issue of the International Atomic Energy Association investigation into nuclear particles found at non-declared nuclear sites. Iran wants that probe dropped, so there's no clarity on whether that has been negotiated. So we don't have an agreement yet, and my reading is that Tehran wants to drag this out. They think that the more they drag it out, they might be able to get better concessions from the United States. So there's a long way to go.
Yes, of course, it was the former President Donald Trump who withdrew the United States from that landmark accord back in 2018. With the Biden administration taking office last year, there were hopes that the deal could be revived sooner rather than later. Do you believe that Joe Biden is, in fact, genuine in his desire to get this deal back up and running?
Oh, yes, I do believe he strongly wants to revive the deal. But this is, part of the problem. If you've been following this story right from the beginning, when Joe Biden came into office, they dragged their heels with respect to restarting a negotiation. They started to say things such as they don't want the exact same deal because the existing deal has its problems. They want a, quote, longer and stronger deal. They waited several months to begin an engagement with Iran, and this, delayed the process. The Biden administration had options. Joe Biden could have issued an executive order to return to the deal based on the agreement that was negotiated and based on an understanding of Iranian compliance. In other words, if Iran was to return to the deal, the U.S. would do so as well. But that wasn't the U.S. position. And so I think Joe Biden does have to bear some responsibility for the current, status of the, non-revival of these talks and the uncertainty that hangs around this entire issue.
Okay, Nader Hashemi from the University of Denver. We'll have to leave it there, but thank you very much for joining us on the program.